Are we live? This machine seems to think so. First of all, fair warning, everybody. The internet here is god awful. Or, that is to say, the internet here is just plain Scottish. So if we cut out, if the whole thing craps out, I tried my best. Okay, I want you to know that. I am here in Scotland. I am in Glasgow. I am jet lagged as fuck. My head is spinning. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what day it is. It is 2:30 p.m. So it's insane to do coffee and underwear at this time live like this. But I made it out. Here we are. I got a coffee from, what's the name of this place? Black Sheep Coffee. There is Starbucks here. It's not quite the same. Black Sheep, I would say, in Scotland is better. Let's take a look at this. You kids get the gist. They're blue. They're fun. I'm exhausted. Oh boy. We're fine. We're okay. Before I do anything else, I want to urge you to go watch the latest Hey W with Thekla. Go watch it. Go like it. Go comment. Go share. Go force the algorithm to do things for us. It's episode 153, maybe? We talked about punk music and vaginas and spiders. Not really. And I'm happy that we didn't. And everything else. Austria. Let me take a sip of this. Will you, please? Chronic Snake Stay. Great guest. Great interview. Also a bridge and a back bump. Semi-retired my ass. I did a bridge at the end of the episode. Not to spoiler alert. Let me see if I can bring up the picture here because I do want to talk about it. I would like to talk about that picture right now because I want it known. Here it is. Not only am I on my head, not only am I on my toes, I'm in loafers. Let's see your favorite wrestler do that. Technical spectacle, my ass. All that to say, go watch Hey. There is everything in this episode. Absolutely everything you could want is in this episode. I fucking promise you. Next week, there's no Hey W. Obviously, it's Forbidden Door. Live from the O2. We'll be doing 0 hour. I don't know. I think the show starts at 6. British time? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which means it starts at 1 Eastern, which means 11:30 a.m. Eastern would be 0 hour with me, Renee, Jeff Jarrett, and I can confirm a very special guest. Not native to Scotland or England, although we may have one of those too, I'm sure. But this guest is one that's never been on before. And it's a name. I'll say that. It's a big one. And so Hey will not be live. And there will be no Hey. It's an off week, but it's Forbidden Door. There's so much business to attend to. So do not worry about that. We are in Scotland. Sunday is today. Wednesday, we will be going live from the OVO, the OVO. I don't know what it's called. Glasgow is not much in the way of exterior decoration. I hope that answers your questions. Prisma said, good morning, chat, and good afternoon to Exhausted RJ. I hope everyone is doing well. I had some flights. I had to fly from Cincinnati to Detroit to Amsterdam, and Amsterdam to Scotland. So my brain was all over the place. Dara said, hope you had a good week. Dara said, listening to a podcast, and the guest said a dream movie pitch will be Paul Thomas Anderson movie about one day of taping the Lawrence Welk show with Jim Carrey as Lawrence Welk. I love that, all except for the Jim Carrey part. He's too broad for how nuanced Lawrence Welk is. But Paul Thomas Anderson, the colors, the symmetry, the sets, it's all there. He would be perfect. He wouldn't even have to do anything. Joe said, morning, everyone. The Len reference in Hey made my morning. It wasn't even a reference. We explicitly talked about them. Can I lean back? I'm going to try to lean back. Did you and Thekla play the video game that was behind you when you filmed the episode? So that was filmed upstairs at Pro Wrestling Tees, which is where we filmed Brody King, Shark Boy, Thekla, obviously. I'm trying to think if we filmed anyone else there. I can't remember. But there's the full arcade in the back. Has Ninja Turtles, has X-Men, doesn't have WrestleFest, which is bizarre for a person teaser shop. But it does have Cows of Mumesa, which I love playing and continue to love playing. We did not play during that episode. Prisma said, have you had enough time to try haggis yet, or is that a hard pass for me? I don't give a shit. I don't fucking care. That's the poutine of here. And when people come to Canada to try poutine, I get pretty fucking insulted, actually. So, I mean, only you can. The other thing, like, if you go to New York for pizza, I mean, by and large, I would say the average is higher than the average everywhere else, but only certain ones are that level of exceptional. The other ones aren't. So it is a gamble unless you know what the fuck you're doing. I just don't want to blindly walk into haggis. I just read that. Efren said, excellent Thekla interview. I bet he's doing his Highlander stuff. Oh, yes. Me and the sword. I'm standing in a field hoping for lightning. Christine said good morning. Miss Sandy said good morning. Red Dog said good morning. RJ, Harley, Thekla, and everyone. I don't think Harley is here. Thank God. Walter said, I saw the Hay with Thekla. Good interview. Nail said, hello, everyone. Nomek said, good morning. Starshine the World says hello. Poe Girl, Ross, Rose. Nail said, well done at avoiding actual spider talk with Thekla. That's a person with a phobia. We could have got into it. I gave her the door, but maybe she could sense I really had it and she was sparing me. Leo said, do you hate Scotland? It's growing on me. Like some sort of mold. So Sierra said good morning. Kai said good morning. Walter said AEW Dynamite on Wednesday. Yep. Thanks for the heads up. Gonna write that one down. Walter said, how's your back after you tried the post? Like, it wasn't like we discussed that. Gavadon said, hell yeah, West Virginia mentioned. RJ made it happen. What the fuck were we talking about? Sean said, figure eight. Walter said, RJ, how's your back after you tried the pose? We didn't plan that, and I did it without a warm-up, and I surprisingly felt okay. I'm not going to be doing it all the time, though. Sean said, what the hell, 2 hours? What are we talking about? I think, no, 0 hour, I think it's just the standard 90 minutes. I think we only do 2 hours for All In. Leo said, are you happy WWE didn't employ you so you don't have to do pre-shows with JBL and a British Booker T? I'll leave that sitting there. Mia wants to know the color of the Forbidden Door outfit. Would it be fair to say it's brown? It's more complex than that. We'll leave it at that. Nell said, I'm starting my Ace Austin for AEW campaign today. Nice of him to get a fucking graphic. Emmanuel said, underrated Billy Joel single. Well, since I mentioned Vienna today, I like Goodnight Saigon. Besides the war imagery, it's just a good song. Anthony Bucks at the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. She can kill with a smile. She can wound with her eyes. I mean, scenes from an Italian restaurant is my favorite. It's just so stupid, but also great. If you can make something great, that's great. If you can make something stupid, if you can make something that's stupid and great, stellar work. And a lot of Billy Joel songs are like that. Like The Stranger, we all have a face that we hide away forever. Mia said, what day is the pay-per-view? I have a work schedule. I start at 7 a.m. on Monday. So if it's on Sunday, I won't be watching because you guys are on too damn long. No. We're on early. Watch the fucking show. Let me double check what time. Take them out and show ourselves when everyone has gone. Some are satin, some are steel, some are silk and some are leather. They're the faces of the strangers. We love to try them on. Don't be afraid to try again. So, doors are at... This is so confusing with the time change. Hold on. Let me see if I can get like a fucking poster. It doesn't say the start time on the poster? That's a little fucking alarming. That's not helpful. Oh my God. Okay, so look. This one place that says the show starts at 6, which means the main show would start at 6. So that's 6 British time. That's 3, 4, 5. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. So the 0 hour, again, would start at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. It's totally doable with your workday. Walter said, wake up, RJ. LOL, funny, just funny. Christine said, Mia, it will be in the afternoon for us because they're overseas. Leo said, have you been scanned for an action figure yet? Absolutely not. James said, good morning. Nell said, did you get any new T-shirts while Pros and Tees? Well, I want to tell you, because of that haphazard video I made about the mugs, my mugs continue to be at the top of the bestseller list, and I'm pleased as punch. Best-selling mug for a wrestling-themed novelty variety talk show, by far. I did get... They gave me more of my micro brawlers, I guess, because those aren't moving. I did not need that. I have a whole fucking box of those I don't need. And actually, I got a very nice AW hoodie. Yeah, so I did. I didn't get keys, though. Nail said, Mia, has he seen your mug? Christine sent me a picture at the Greektown show last night, commentated expertly by Nug. Christine got a cracked Hey W mug signed by Megan Bain, who's a noted mug cracker and breaker. That's the new insult, is mud cracker. Mia said Ace Austin needs to get his purple hair back for me to love him again. Leo wants to know, is the Hey W set coming to the UK? Yes, it fucking is. Might be in Scotland, too. Is Grado going to be at the Hydro? I fucking hope not. Pogo said, how's the coffee in Scotland? Do they have Starbucks here? So they do. Sorry, Rootless, where you can buy my coffee. Rootlesscoffee.com. This is Black Sheep. The Starbucks is okay. Different lids. This is one I had from yesterday to show everyone. The cup, they do this little switch thing. So you don't have to deal with the stickers or anything. Look at this. Do you want to know how bad the American economy is? Starbucks in Scotland has this fucking contraption. We don't. We got cheap shit. This is the Black Sheep coffee. It's very nice. In all of Europe, it's very hard to get just straight up coffee. They want to give you Americanos. I guess because it saves them a lot more money. Christine said, I did show RJ my smashed and repaired Hey mug signed by Megan, who was a delight. Did she say anything? Miss Annie said, did you wish a happy birthday to Dan House? No, and I will continue not to. Lyle said, afternoon, welcome to Scotland. Glasgow is truly a shithole. Black Sheep's about as good as it gets. I may go to Edinburgh today just to hang out. Walter said, AW pay-per-view will be good. RJ and Jeff Jarrett and Renee take 0 hour. Cool first, then pay-per-view. Leo said, when is Blood and Guts? What do I look like? Sean said, I mean, it starts in only 2 hours? What? Kai said, the West Virginia mentioned because of me, because I was giving you credit for the fact, that West Virginia's getting a collision. I was there. It was lovely. Ron said, my wife just walked in on me watching this. What do I tell her? That there's worse things to jack off to, Ron. Prisma said, so how's about a kilt for Forbidden Door? I know you won't be in Scotland anymore, but you'll definitely have the legs for it. No. I find a kilt is very cowboy hat in Texas. Sean said, whoa. I don't know why he's saying that. Walter said, Hangman Adam Pag will beat MJF at the AEW pay-per-view. Sean said, Brenda and Eddie, those cats are crazy. The summer is 75. When the night of the marriage will be at the end of July. James said, was today the most censored episode for AEW? No. Gabe Kidd. I think Ospreay came close too, especially in terms of C words. Kyle said, what was the censored word in the song name? The C word, Kyle. You can look it up. Leo said, there's got to be matches on Zero. Yeah, I think there are. Chronic Snake said, do they do time and metric? Sean said, would you do Don't Ask Me Why? By Billy Joel. No is acceptable. Well, I don't know the song. So it's really, really hard for me to do. Let's maybe do, I'll meet you in the middle and I'll do Moving Out. Anthony works in the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, Sonny, move out to the country. But working too hard can give you a heart attack. You ought to know by now. Who needs a house out in Hackensack? Is that all you get for your money? And it seems such a waste of time. If that's what it's all about, Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. Is it just about people who die? Sergeant O'Leary is walking the beat. At night, he becomes a bartender. He works at Mr. Cacciatore's down on Sullivan Street, across from the medical center. And he's traded in his Chevy for a Cadillac. You ought to know by now, if he can't drive with a broken back, at least he can polish the fenders. This is just a song about a town of people with bad backs. You should never argue with the crazy mama. You ought to know by now. You ought to know you can pay Uncle Sam with the overtime. Is that all you get for your money? This makes no sense other than people hurting their backs. This song has no substance to it. Hope that worked, Sean. Darnell is here, and he said, come on, shoulders. Quite a pervert. Darnell correctly points out on Twitter, which I think is fantastic, that for all the gay things in wrestling, they seldom have actual gay people in them. Which is so true. And I also wonder, like, you couldn't say this is the blackest thing ever if it has no black people in it. That would be highly offensive. Thus, this should also be offensive. Not that people can do what they want, and certainly they can be weird and crazy, and wrestling has its own sense of physical intimacy that I think allows those people to cross those boundaries in a more casual manner than they would do on, let's say, This Is Us. But the point remains that we should be hiring more gay people. Not Darnell, but it's got to be other gay people out there. No, I did not wish Danhausen a happy birthday. Christine said, I'll post it later. Megan took a picture of it too. Well, that's nice. Nell said, can you sing our new theme song, All Cults United? It's one of my favorites. Yes, I can. It's one of my favorites, too. There's Scientologists over. I gotta sneeze, wait. I'm fine. I also have the air conditioning cranked, and this is the hottest hotel room I've ever been in. Scientologists over here, and video game nerds over there, and furry perverts over here. This is the night to be knighted. Some wrongs are righted. Tonight all the cults are united. There's a cult over here. There's a cult over there. Everywhere there's a niche. There's a cult everywhere. There's a cult on your shoe. There's cults for me and you. Tonight is the night to be knighted. Tonight is the night all the wrongs will be righted. Tonight is the night all the cults are united. To convene. But don't be mean. It's a scheme To sell 8x10s, you know what I mean. There's a Scientologist here. There's medieval times over there. 'Cause tonight will be nighted. The wrongs will be righted. Tonight all the cults are united. It was like 3 songs in one. Mia said, I like that lid. You should take it home and wash it. You should wash it and take it home with you. It's not going to last. Here we go. I'm back. Christine said that coffee lid reminds me of how the lids on soft drinks remained attached to the bottle. It's so annoying for a day. Then it's the best thing ever. Isn't that true? That little plastic tab. Miss Annie says, does the Starbucks overseas taste different? Yes. Leo said, is Dave Meltzer hot? Yes. Walter Johnson said, in Scotland, how's the weather? And do they speak English? Barely. At any point, it can be chilly and windy. I haven't really been outside. Sean said, everything I said was relevant at the time. This is an outrage. Mia said he should use some of the money I gave him last week to get his best friend a birthday gift. Sean said it's a good one. He sounds like Paul McCartney in it for some reason. That's true. Are you talking about moving out? Leo said, oh, God, the guest on the 0 hour isn't Piers Morgan. Please don't let it be. It's Tony Slattery. Neil said, I live in that town. Leo said, rate Harley's rack out of 10. What is this, 1984? I'm going to take her calendar and I'm going to put it up in my garage where I work on my Chevy. Mia said, Amazon said the pre-show is 11:30. Tell them to fix this shit. Mia, that's what I said. The pre-show is 11:30 Eastern. The show, the main pay-per-view, starts at 1 Eastern. They're correct. Leo said Michael Rappaport thinks he's the blackest thing ever. God. Sean said, wait, if you assume at least part of the audience is here for titillation, does that make you a sex worker? No. Because I think people can get sexual enjoyment over many things. If I jack off to Dharma and Greg, is Jenna Elfman a sex worker? Walter said, how's the food in Glasgow? I don't mind the breakfast. There's some meats that I don't know what animal they come from. But other than that, I don't mind it. Darnell said, did you do a This Is Us reference because I look like Sterling K. Brown? First of all, you don't. Second of all, it's because my mother used to watch it like it was meaningful. So that's what I think of when people think, oh, this is meaningful. And it was just everyone was sad all the time. It was the opposite of wrestling to me. Priestman said, have you seen the Tracy Ellis Ross inane travel show? It's actually exponentially worse than Tucci. I have not. But speaking of Tucci, David sent me a supercut of Stanley Tucci on Searching for Italy. Where it's just supercut of him saying, oh my God. Every time he's been given an espresso or a cannoli. They fucking hate this guy for this shit. He was living in Italy for months, stuffing his fucking smug face, and he had nothing to say but, oh my God. Jonelle said, the blackest show ever reference is hilarious. Reminds me of GCW's This Is for the Culture, which featured, checks notes, a bunch of white people. I mean, it's for you, but it's not necessarily, for your enjoyment. Hey, we made this for you. Please approve of it. Hey, we've all made mistakes. I wore a Rockaware shirt in high school. Just one. I only had one. I thought that was my in, and it was not. Christine said, I just said, oh, Lord, aloud to nobody over convene and mean. Pogo said, I love when Andre fills in words with scatting in his song. Well, that's how the song goes. Neil said, amazing. Bravo. Leo said, Tony Slattery died. Well, fuck. Now they tell me. Leo said, is Clive Anderson on 0 Hour? No. We're replacing Renee with Josie Lawrence, who is still alive because I follow her on Instagram. Helpful Ron said, Monster Brawl reboot? I don't think there's anything to reboot. I don't think it's anything to remake either. I think that's what we call a one and done in this business. Me said, I thought you said 11 a.m. My bad. I'm tired like nails. Machete said, greetings from a hotel room in Wisconsin. And I thought I had it bad. Sean said, okay, fair point. Not a sex worker. Nell said, good morning, Machete. Darnell said, a Dharma and Greg reference in 2025. Oh my God, next thing is going to be a Wings reference. You know, there was another show that I was just talking about. We were talking about, I was speaking to Tony Khan about how many different Rebas there's been and how it's similar to Lucy, how she had I Love Lucy and That's Lucy and The Lucy Show. But then I got on to Grace Under Fire with Brett Butler, which I loved as a child. I never laughed at it. I loved it. I was just like pulling for her. Christine said, shut up. This Is Us gave me a reason to cry every week. Don't judge me. And apparently Brett Butler got canceled for, not for being an alcoholic. She was an alcoholic and a drug addict and went to rehab. And that was like the first bump during the show. But then she got her breasts done. And I think flashed one of the children on the show. I think that was the rumor that ended the show. Leo said, you going to do one of those fucking stupid Food Wars videos for whatever shitty YouTube channel it is that doesn't? Yes. Every channel here, every fucking BBC, ITV, no matter what the fuck it is, it's old people walking around old things. That's all it fucking is. Leo said, Lad Bible Entertainment. He's so angry. Priestman said, I wish Tony Slattery was the guest for 0 Hour. British Whose Line was vastly better than his American counterpart. You know, that's the one I grew up on because they played it all the time on the Comedy Network in Canada. Darnell said, I forgot to say hi, Christine. Hope you're safe and well. Darnell said, you know what song I sing all the time? I sing California Dreams theme song all the time. I remember the scrolling intro. I cannot remember what it sounds like. I also remember hang time, working together, hang time. Banging it on the line. Another one I love is, let me see if I can. I'll sing this free one because I'm in such a great mood. Let me see if they have the lyrics here. Do they? Everyone up, bum, bum. Everyone in, it's time for the fun to begin. Come along with us to Zoobly Zoo, Zoobly Zoo. Magic and wonder are waiting for you. It's as close as a dream and as bright as the brightest blue. Welcome to Zoobly Zoo. I'm Mayor Ben. I'm here to lend a helping hand. I don't need to get into, the rest of it, but you get it. That was a fucking show. That's when television took risks. Pogo said, Grace Under Fire. Brett offers tarot readings over the internet. Oh, God, I should just get one. James says, Brett's still alive, evidently. Did you know there was a baseball player with the same name? Does not surprise me. Efren said, did you see Tim Daly got married? Yes. Tim Daly and Tia Leone, Toa Leona, got married after like 17 years or something insane like that. Good for them. Jason said you thought it was because Brett was off of the work with. Yes, that's true. Mia said, what do you do with the extra coffee cups on set? When they drink out of them, do they keep them? No, absolutely not. They drink out of the same dusty fucking cup every episode. Cuddly said, good morning, RJ and everyone. I'm late. I'm only here for another minute. You're really fucking late. Surf dudes with attitudes. Leo said, please don't. We'll be fine. Cuddly said, waves a lighter as he sings. Scott said, do you think they should remake The Facts of Life? No. When Kimmel did it was also bad. Joe said, the first time I got high, I wouldn't stop singing the theme from California Dreams. Tim Daly married Tongaloa. The cockatoo was Cockatoo Talkatoo. I'm back. It's okay. I came back on to just say goodbye because I do have to go, but I knew it was going to fucking kick me off. Let me finish reading these. Mia said he's in a great mood today because the AC is on high. Speaking of high, what gives you that high feeling? Drugs. Darnell said, I've dressed him daily a few times. What? Why isn't this? Why are you putting this on YouTube? Celebrities have dressed. They were a delight, and her voice means Tia Leone was I was almost straight for a second. That's straight. Leo said, what are your favorite tribute wrestling attires? Willow's 0-1 was really good. I hate them all. I really do. Because there's so many options there. You can do whatever you want. He was a guy who had Rocco's Modern Life pattern, and I really liked it. Mia said, what's on the menu today? I don't know, because I don't know if they sell in this country. Regina Hall is coming back for the next scary movie. I think you just answered this, but you didn't like the live in front of a studio audience show. Absolutely not. Prisma said, are you a fan of Ghost Rider or read all about it? Yes. Ghost Rider. And the mail lady ended up being the principal in City Guys. You can see why. Leo said MJF's Lex Luger attire was good even if you did mock Lex for being in a wheelchair. Well, as one does. All right, everybody. I came on to say that is the show. To recap, there is no AEW next week. There will be not a live coffee. There'll be a taped Coffee and Underwear. It's Forbidden Door. Watch and enjoy. But before that, today, go comment, go like, go watch and share. Thekla being insane and abusing me culturally, physically, and emotionally on AEW. Go do that right now. I'm giving you the extra time to do it. Final look at these. You get the gist. Until next time, Godspeed.